Our area's most beautiful properties deserve the finest realtors. Meeks Realty Group. We focus on buying and selling residential and commercial properties throughout the tri-state area. Contact Meeks Realty Group online at meeks.us or call 304-440-1101.
The views and opinions expressed on this program do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of 580 WCHS, its employees, or WVRC Media. From the studios of WVRC Media, the country, the United States of America, the state, West Virginia, the city, Charleston. This is the Dave Allen Show on 580 Live. And your host.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
He's kind of a big deal.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
Dave Allen.
Hey, folks, a good Friday morning to you from the Par-Mar Store studio. Welcome to the show. Bigly, Piggly, Wiggly, hotline 304-345-5858. Fruit Pharmacy text 304-935-5008. We do the show from the Par-Mar Store studio. If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon. Par-Mar, the official store of high school sports in West Virginia and the official convenience store of Marshall University. And the Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you by Thornhill Auto Group, including Thornhill GM Superstore. Looking for a powerful, luxurious, and innovative truck? Then come check out the 2024 Chevy Silverado 1500 Crew Cab LTZ in High Country today. Find new roads to Thornhill GM Superstore. Click or come by ThornhillGMSuperstore.com or on the road to total savings, Thornhill Motor Mile, US 119 in Chapmanville. Ryan Nicholson is our producer today, and when I say we're loaded up even for Friday, we are loaded up. We've got Hannah Gardner from the Kanawha Charleston Humane Association with this week's Adopt Me Please Pet of the Week. Kanawha County Commissioner Ben Salango will be stopping by, something a little different in the way of the folks from Sumthin Good Soul Food in Charleston stopping by this morning because they're getting into the comedy business, at least for one show tomorrow. Now, we're going to talk to them about that. Plus, there is snow in the forecast, albeit not a lot for our area. In fact, they said it could be gone as quickly as it came almost. It'll be overnight tonight into early tomorrow morning. StormTracker 13 meteorologist Bryan Hughes will join us to talk about that. Plus, your phone calls and texts are welcome. Again, a Bigly, Piggly, Wiggly hotline, 304-345-5858. Fruit Pharmacy text, 304-935-5008. I do want to mention this real quickly. One news note before we get into the show. Late yesterday, the announcement came from City Hall that Mayor Goodwin has chosen a new police chief for the city of Charleston. A press conference is scheduled for noon today at City Hall where the new chief of police for Charleston will be introduced. I can tell you that I already have the new chief scheduled on the show. He will be on the show this coming Tuesday. And, of course, our news team will be covering that press conference. It's at noon today, and full details will be made available at that time on the air and online. Before we get to Hannah Gardner, yesterday, just before airtime, we learned of some massive job layoffs here at the Mountain State, and they're in the Weirton area at the plant there operated by Cleveland Cliffs. Now, you may be wondering what that has to do with here. Well, anytime that you lose nearly 1,000 jobs anywhere in West Virginia, it's big news. Senator Ryan Weld, who serves that area, joins us now to talk about it briefly. Senator, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Hey, good morning, Dave. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. What can you tell us this morning? This announcement came about 24 hours or so ago. What can you tell us?
Well, it's been a frenetic past 24 hours, as you can imagine. It's a very tough day for the city of Weirton, and especially the families that are going to be out of a job in about a month. Yesterday's announcement by Cleveland Cliffs to idle that plant came as a result of a decision by the ITC, which is the International Trade Commission, which is a federal agency that found that despite overwhelming evidence that had been found by the Department of Commerce, that steelmakers from several foreign countries are not engaged in illegal trade practices or the dumping of cheap, unsubsidized steel in the U.S. And as you can imagine, seems to be a lot of people left very confused by that decision. And once again, the federal government has left the city of Weirton and its steel industry with a legacy of closed mills and unemployed workers. There was overwhelming evidence of what I just described that was found by the Department of Commerce, and then the decision made by the ITC caught a lot of people by surprise, given Commerce's stance on the issue. And so, the U.S. steel industry and American manufacturers don't need to have the scales tipped in their favor. but they do need the federal government to actually stand up and do its job and make sure that there's a level playing field for everybody. And it seems in this case, the ITC and this administration was much more worried about the Chinese or the Russian steel industry and other countries that we import steel from than the U.S. steel industry. And that's pretty damn sad.
Senator Weld, is this 100% a done deal? Is there any reversing this?
So in order to appeal the decision of the ITC, you appeal it to the ITC.
Well, that seems legit.
So the same people who told you that you were terrible on Monday will turn around in a few months and tell you that you're terrible again. So it seems kind of counterintuitive. It takes maybe 6 to 9 months to appeal it to a court, but then the court doesn't overturn the decision of the ITC. They just tell the Trade Commission, hey, you got to look at this again. So that won't help the workers of Weirton who are going to be out of a job in about a month and a half because of how long that process takes. And again, it's the same people. So it's not much of an appeal process.
Have you had any conversations? I know you serve that area, Senator. Have you had any conversations with anybody within the actual company up there or the workers? And I'm sure that they've reached out to all their elected officials.
Yep.
What have you heard from them?
I have talked to people ranging from the head of Cleveland Cliffs. I spoke with him yesterday. The head of the Steelworkers Union, who represents the workers there, as well as several officials in the city of Weirton and in the state government here. There's a willingness to help, but at this point in time, not really sure what can actually be done, if anything, given what the ITC did. The thing that we can focus on right now is ensuring that Workforce West Virginia is prepared to handle the unfortunately large influx of applications for unemployment benefits they're going to be getting in about a month and a half.
That's, that story, as I said, once it broke yesterday, man, I was just like, wow. I mean, at any time, and again, for those of us here in the Kanawha Valley, may seem like it's clear across the country, but anytime you have that many jobs, we're talking about nearly 1,000 jobs, Senator, it's going to impact a lot of people in the state from taxes and so on and so forth. And that's something I hadn't even thought about, Senator, was the burden that it's going to put on Workforce West Virginia. That's something I hadn't even thought about.
Yep, and so we need to be prepared to ensure that those families in the short term have the opportunity to get to the benefits that they deserve. But also, Dave, this words don't mean a whole lot right now, but actions do, and so we need to make sure that we're doing all that we can to redouble our efforts to help create a much more conducive environment for economic development projects. The city of Weirton has one that is very significant that's being built now, but we need to ensure that those opportunities continue for Weirton and the whole Northern Panhandle, from my perspective, to ensure that these people who are losing their jobs could have a career in the future where they live.
Well, Senator, I know that you've been on top of this from the get-go, and hats off to you and the others that are working to try to work through this as best you can. I appreciate you taking time out of your schedule to be here today. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much. Have a good weekend.
You as well. Senator Ryan Weld, again, over 1,000 jobs, or actually it's right just under 1,000 jobs, I think, are going to be lost up there. And again, for those of us in Kanawha Valley, it is a big deal because that's taxes, that's tax dollars and things of that nature. That does impact the state. Appreciate Senator Ryan Weld for being with us on the show today. Phone calls to the show service of Biggly Piggly Wiggly. When shopping at your Biggly Piggly Wiggly, be sure to join their loyalty program. You can save big at the gas pumps and throughout the store with their electronic coupons and free gifts on Fridays just for stopping by. From farm to table, Biggly Piggly Wiggly, the best kept secret in Charleston. Texting services provided by Fruth Pharmacy, your hometown family pharmacy. Find the perfect over-the-counter hearing aid at Fruth with NuvaMed hearing aids. Plus, Fruth makes it easier to transfer your prescription services to them. Fruth is your hometown family pharmacy. Text says, first I thought Trump took care of these trade agreements. What I read was consumers and Chamber of Commerce wanted this for cheap steel. Let's bring in Hannah Gardner from the Kanawha Charles Humane Association with this week's Adopt Me Please Pet of the Week. Hannah, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning.
Thank you for being here, and thank you for working with us on the timing today. Had to get that story with Senator Weld out there this morning. As always, our Adopt Me Please Pet of the Week from the Kanawha Charles Humane Association. Picture posted on my Facebook page, Dave Allen Radio, and also on X, the artist formerly known as Twitter. This morning we are talking about a lovely creature by the name of Sienna. Hannah, tell us about Sienna.
All right, so Sienna she's a little girl. She is about 6 months old. I believe she's just around 6 months old. She is microchipped and vaccinated, and she is very, very playful when she gets to warming up to you and after she kind of gets over her shyness and nervousness, because she is rather shy at first. She does love playful dogs. She would be a great family dog, I would say. She's still learning how to walk on a leash, but she is a puppy still, so that is expected. She just needs somebody that can work with her. We're not exactly 100% sure if she's housebroken or not, but she is a puppy, so it is expected that she may have a few accidents. So somebody who's willing to work with her on that. And she is just an all-around social butterfly. She is very, very sweet. She's looking for the best home, and she is around 20 pounds, I believe.
Well, she's certainly a beautiful dog. And if you'll notice when you go over to my Facebook page or the X account and you look at her eye, she does have a little situation going on with her eye. But you were telling me last night that it's called cherry eye, and it's not a serious condition. Talk about exactly what that is.
Right. So cherry eye, one of my dogs actually had it, and I did have a surgery on it just so that way when she gets older it would probably benefit her a little bit. Mm-hmm. But it's not a super serious thing. Cherry eyes is just a term for like the popping out of the third eyelid gland. So, and a lot of dogs do have it. It's just something that can just happen to any dog really, but it's something that you can have surgery on to either remove the third eyelid gland or you can have them tuck it. It is possible if they tuck it that it can just like come back out, but it's not something that is like bad or serious or anything like that. It can irritate them over time, but I mean, as you can imagine, I'm sure it's not comfortable, but it's not something that you would have to worry about right away.
And it's not like a contagious condition or anything like that. I mean, so she's not going to give it to other dogs or humans or anything like that. Weather permitting, you guys, I understand, are going to be out on the road with an adoption event happening tomorrow at the Loop in St. Albans, I think from noon till 4.
Yeah, so we hope that everybody will come out there so that way we can see everybody and hopefully have an adoption.
Yeah, Bryan Hughes, my meteorologist Bryan Hughes from StormTracker 13 is going to be on later, and he tells me that by late morning tomorrow everything should be cool. So you should be in good shape there. I do want to mention this, and we still have time to talk about it as we get closer, but Tuesday, February the 27th is World Spay Day. And I know that the group Fix Charleston is a big part of that as well, and as well as you folks at the shelter.
Yes, and we hope that everybody comes out. We're going to have a lot of fun stuff as well as the serious stuff, but we will have stuff for the kitty friends as well as your dogs. I believe that Starbucks and Rock City Cake Company will be there, and we will also be taking pictures. I'll have a photo booth set up for everybody.
And where's this going to be? Where is it actually taking place?
This is going to be at Fix Charleston.
Oh, at Fix Charleston, okay.
Yeah, it'll be at the shelter at Fix Charleston, right when you pull across the bridge. You'll see that we'll have everything set up out there. So hopefully the pictures will be outside, but if not, I'm sure we have alternatives for inside. But we do have bandanas and stuff for the pictures, and we're ready to see everybody, and we're hoping that everybody comes and makes an appointment for their animals to get fixed and vaccinated if need be.
We had a text to the show here, Hannah, before we let you go that says, since different vets charge different amounts for procedures, would it be possible to get a summary of an average cost for them at all and post that? I think that probably would depend on the individual vet, but I mean, I got cats, and cats are relatively easy as far as, you get them fixed and take them back during their lifetime, maybe one or two times, for something other than routine. So that would be kind of difficult to do, but certainly something we could probably look into. Now, again, the Fix Charleston event, World Spay Day, is going to be on Tuesday the 27th. You'll be on next week, so we can get into that a little bit more at that time. Hannah, as always, I appreciate you being here. Talk to you next week. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Have a great one.
You as well. Hannah Gardner from the Kanawha Charleston Humane Association. Again, a couple quick notes, things she talked about there. There's an adoption event going on at the Loop in St. Albans tomorrow between noon and 4. And also World Spay Day, Tuesday, February the 27th. And the Humane Association kind of working with the group Fix Charleston on that. And we'll get into that in detail coming up a little bit later on as we get closer. And Hannah will be joining us again next week. Our Adopt Me Please Pet of the Week again is Sienna, 6 months old. Vaccinated and microchipped, not fixed yet, but will be soon. Don't know about the housebreaking thing as of yet, but she's still a puppy, so she's still got time to learn and to have a few more accidents, but I'm sure they can get that taken care of. Sienna loves kids, loves other playful dogs, can be a little bit shy at first, and still learning, again, young, learning to walk on the leash. That'll come. And as far as that eye condition goes, if you go over to my Facebook page or my X page, artist formerly known as Twitter, you will see the eye. It's called cherry eye. It looks a lot worse than it is. It's not dangerous. Doesn't seem to cause her any problems. Some people choose to have surgery, as Hannah did with her dog. Some people do not. It's not a contagious situation or anything like that. But lovely, lovely dog. Would be great for your family. Go over and get Sienna. And again, I get the picture post of Sienna on my social media pages. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you in part by Meeks Realty Group. Discover the unrivaled expertise of Meeks, your ultimate partners in all things real estate, whether it's your dream home or that ideal commercial space. Meeks has you covered. Contact Rich the Realtor. 304-932-7488. Let Rich and the team guide you on your real estate journey. Take a look at all their listings at meeks.us. Kanawha County Commissioner Ben Salango is here. We'll talk to him right after this on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Are you looking for a technical job in the medical field? Generations is growing and looking to add on job-trained physical therapy techs to our rehab team. To apply, visit one of our 7 convenient locations or simply click on us at generationspt.com.
Hi, I'm David McCormick, owner of Omega Commercial Interiors. We'd like to thank you, West Virginia, for making us the #1 office furniture and commercial interiors company in West Virginia. Remember, when you're looking for quality office furniture and space planning for healthcare, corporate offices, or even a private office, call us and buy local. Omega Commercial Interiors. We're a proud West Virginia company. Visit us online at omegacommercialinteriors.com in Morgantown and Charleston.
Are missing teeth affecting your confidence and quality of life? Dental implants may be the right option for you. Let Garib Dental Group, with their skilled team of doctors at 6 locations, be your trusted source for dental implants. With dental implants from Garib Dental Group, you can eat, speak, and laugh with confidence. Dental implants can change someone's life for the better. Visit GaribDentalGroup.com to find out more and take the first steps towards a healthier, happier smile. And at Garib Dental Group, like always, we love to see your smile.
We are professional grade. Are you looking for a new truck or SUV that can handle any terrain or challenge? Then you need to visit Thornhill GM Superstore on the Thornhill Motor Mile. Right now, you can get a $6,000 purchase allowance when you trade an eligible vehicle on the new GMC Sierra 1500. Or shop Thornhill's great selection of GMC terrain. You can enjoy 1.9% APR for well-qualified buyers on the small SUV that offers GMC Pro Safety Plus. Plus, you'll get a $500 purchase allowance and no payments for 90 days. Click or come by ThornhillGMSuperstore.com. We're on the Thornhill Motor Mile, US 119, Chapmanville. So factor G Financial, see Thornhill for all details.
$9.25. If you're like a lot of folks, you may have tried to quit smoking or to lose weight and haven't had any luck. Well, we have just the thing for you. Monday night, check out the Mark Patrick Seminars in Holiday Inn and Suites in South Charleston. Registration for the weight loss seminars at 5. Seminar starts at 5:30. Registration for the stop smoking session is at 7:30, with the session beginning at 8. The cost is $49. You can register at markpatrickseminars.com, or they will take walk-ups. Again, it is on Monday. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you in part by Pinnacle Consultants, the only accredited commercial lab in the state for asbestos and mold. Asbestos was banned in some building products, but not banned for all products in the U.S. Don't expose your family or workers to asbestos, mold, or lead paint. With Pinnacle Consultants, they offer real estate environmental assessments for hazardous materials and air quality. Visit pinnaclecorp.net, because what you don't know can hurt you. Text says Republicans want free market capitalism until it doesn't work for them. Consistently inconsistent, as always, says a texter. Jay Harris from Sumthin Good Soul Food coming up a little bit later on the show. Also, meteorologist Bryan Hughes. This gentleman, not a meteorologist, nor does he play one on TV. It's County Commissioner Ben Salango. Good morning, sir.
I rely on the meteorologists all the time, though. I would never try to predict the weather.
You ready for this big snow event that we're going to have?
Are we really going to get it, though?
Well, it's really weird. I'm going to talk to Brian about this a little bit later on because, some forecasters said 3 to 6 inches, but it looks like for our area it's going to be an inch or less, and it's all going to be gone by like midday tomorrow. So there's going to be a time frame, I guess, from about maybe 8, 9 o'clock tonight till maybe 6 or 7 in the morning. You probably want to stay off the roads because it's going to be sleek. But after that, it's all good.
Well,
that's what they say.
I saw Brian's post this morning, and I thought, there's no way we're getting all that snow. But we'll see.
I
trust him.
I don't think. We'll see.
As soon as I'm not prepared for it, if I don't have salt, if I don't have the everything ready, then we'll get hit with a blizzard.
I want to bring this up to you. I don't want you to delve too deeply into this, but we have some names now to fill that third commission seat for Kanawha County. I mean, the person who holds it now, Ken Carper, is running for re-election. On the Democrat side, former Secretary of State Natalie Tennant has announced she's running. On the Republican side, we have former Senator Chris Walters. He was on the show earlier this week. Dwayne Duncan, who's also been on the show. Seems like a lot of interest, sir.
That's good.
Everybody wants to hang out with you and Lance. Is that what it is?
Well, probably want to hang out with Lance. Probably not me, but yeah, no, it's there's some good names in there, and Kent's had that position forever. I think he's we'll see. He's had some health problems lately, and hopefully he'll be back very soon, is what we're all expecting, but we shall see.
Commissioner, we got the word not long ago that demolition set to begin, I think around the 1st of April, on the former Macy's location downtown, adjacent to the town center. That having been said, any movement with the Capital Sports Complex?
Oh, there's lots of movement, lots and lots of movement. So, it's been a long, complex process, and so what we've done lately, over the last month or so, is we put out bids for a bank where we can put the $10 million, the $5 million from the city, $5 million from the county. We got some really great bids. We selected a bank. I think we're getting around 5.3% in a money market account. So you think about that. We put that $10 million in. We're earning over $40,000 a month in interest, which is good because it's going to take a little while to get the architectural drawings and those things back. So at present, we have an agreement in principle for the purchase of the Macy's building. I think the lawyers, and I do not do property law, thankfully. I don't.
Not your bag, is
it? It is not my bag, not even close. If I need to buy property, I hire a lawyer. I don't do it. So, but they're ironing out all those agreements, and hopefully that will be signed very soon. The goal is to start tearing down the Macy's building first week of April. Mm-hmm. Well, so I'm going to go over there with a sledgehammer if I have to.
And I know, Commissioner, that the plans are to have aquatics to be a big part of this new center. Someone texted the show the other day and was asking about the size of the pool or pools, what's being talked about. And of course, we're still trying to get there at this point, so plans can change, whatever. But how big are we talking about here?
Well, I think if you're going to be competitive, if you're going to host meets, then you need at least a 50-meter. And so that's what we're looking at. Now, I think what we're probably going to be looking at is, because when we initially priced this out, we were around $300 to $350 a square foot. And now it's substantially higher than that. So you've got to make sure that you're not going over budget. So I think we're looking at building out the basketball, pickleball, volleyball part first. That's the revenue making side. Mm-hmm. That's the thing that's going to bring in the biggest economic impact. And so we met with Sports Facilities Company. They do this nationwide, and we had an all-day meeting, kind of going back and forth. What are our goals? What are our expectations? And so I think when we're looking at the Macy's site, that's probably where we're going to be putting the basketball, volleyball facility. And then I hope construction prices will come down.
We all do.
Yeah, because it's if you're going, if it's 50% higher, it's not affordable. It's not something that I know the mayor or city council would be willing to do. It's not something that I would recommend the county commission, spending way too much money when construction prices are high. Now they have dropped a little bit over the last 4 or 5 months, but that's changed since we announced the project. So we're looking at that. We're gonna start with the basketball, volleyball side first.
Mm-hmm. And when we talk about, this, Commissioner, I want people to understand when we say we're not talking about like the kind of basketball court that you have in the backyard. We're not talking about a rim on a garage. We're not talking about a small middle school. We're talking about a big old facility here. If this thing comes to fruition,
this is going to be state of the art. I mean, if you look back at Shawnee Sports Complex, for example, there were things that we did and we did it based upon what's going to have the biggest economic impact, and it's generated over $130 million in 5 years. This facility will bring in much more than that. Shawnee is we do a lot of sports there, but at this facility we're talking about some of the biggest travel sports in the country. Volleyball, basketball, particularly girls basketball. They are, they travel from all over, and you can host 300 teams, 400 teams. You multiply that, particularly in girls sports, because they bring their whole families. Guys, the boys typically
nobody cares about
that. Well, the girls, it's like a whole family event. So in that, there's study after study on that. So you start hosting these girls sports, it's going to sell out. Hotels 2-3 hours away. The youth soccer tournaments that we bring in, we've got 2 big soccer tournaments coming in this summer. You will not find a hotel room, within 2.5, 3 hours.
And then people say, and I've had people on this show and others have said to me, well, why are we talking about building new hotels? This is why we're talking about building hotels, because we're talking, again, and you're not exaggerating about this, we're talking about once this thing is up and running, once we get there, we're talking about hotels that, the nearest hotel being, as you said, Ben, 2 to 2.5 hours away from the event.
So, sometimes at our youth soccer tournaments, people stay in Flatwoods.
Yes.
Think about that.
I've told the story many times before about being in Gallipolis, Ohio, and people that came in for a tournament at Shawnee, and the nearest hotel at that particular point was in Gallipolis, Ohio.
Well, and we're just talking about one facility. Imagine what happens if we've got a tournament at the Capitol Sports Complex and also at Shawnee.
Yeah.
You're going to have to stay in Pittsburgh.
Suddenly Dave goes into the Airbnb business.
That's right.
We got a spare bedroom. It's an Airbnb now.
Yeah. So that's one of the issues, but I think that that will fix itself. Where there's a demand, there will be a supply. So we're anxious for that to happen. But we've made a lot of steps. We've made a lot of progress. It's been a lot slower than I wanted. Definitely slower than the mayor wanted. We'd love to be down there playing pickleball in this facility right now. But we're well on our way. We are going back. Senator Manchin was able to get us a congressionally directed spending earmark for $2 million, which is nice. We're going to be asking, for some additional financial assistance. The senator's been wonderful with the Shawnee Sports Complex. So has the governor. We just announced that we're building a new entrance building. When we built the first entrance building, we weren't expecting the volume. Mm-hmm. And so now when you have a big tournament, you've got lines for like the restrooms, for the concession stands. Yeah. And so we're going to triple the size of the entrance building. And we were able to get $3 million from Senator Manchin, which we greatly appreciate. And the governor, who, has been a big supporter of Shawnee from the beginning, gave us $1 million. So it's a $4.2 million project. We could actually break ground on that project now, but construction would be going on while we had the 2 big USU soccer tournaments this summer. So we're going to wait. And the day after those tournaments are done, we're going to start on the new entrance building. And it's going to be state-of-the-art meeting facilities, tripling the size of the restroom capacity. We have turf that literally NFL players play on. This is the quality of turf that we have. It's the same turf they have in Atlanta. We have state-of-the-art muscular lighting that they have at some of these, $200, $300, $400 million stadiums. But when we host big tournament, we have to bring out porta potties because we just didn't have the restroom capacity.
It just doesn't go with the whole thing.
It doesn't. So that's one lesson we certainly learned, and we certainly appreciate the governor's help and Senator Manchin's help expanding that facility.
The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you in part by Huston's Pizza. It's heart-shaped pizza time again, even after Valentine's Day. Get a 14-inch small heart-shaped pepperoni pizza, only $14.99. Offer good for the entire month. Find your nearest location at hustonspizza.com. What else is going on in the county? What else you got going on?
So, there's a ton going on. We've got, Lance is working on a lot of the demolition projects. We're trying to get rid of these dilapidated houses, these abandoned houses, so we can, not only they're, a haven for crime, but also they're dangerous. We'd like to tear those down so that when we get new construction in those spots. So, I think we just paid back $500,000. You can actually get an interest-free loan. Did you know this? To tear these things down, you just got to pay it back. You don't pay it back, and then they charge you interest. But it's interest-free for a year or two. So we're taking advantage of that. Commissioner Carper did that even before my time on the commission, and Lance is doing a great job making sure that happens. So we've got the big project out out near Tornado with the trails that Lance has spearheaded. So, yeah, there's a lot going on. I mean, it's a very, very busy county commission.
Got a question here for you. Okay. I know you're always good. You're always good about taking
I'll
questions.
take the question.
Please ask the commissioner when they are going to devote monies to bringing Big Bend Golf Course back to quality standards.
Yeah, that's a very good question, and we are working on that. I'll tell you, I can't wait to announce this plan. And we're going to be putting a lot of money into that course. And one of the things that I'm wanting to do is change up. And there's not a whole lot, I can't say much about this, but there's one hole in particular
us, man.
that,
it's just me and you.
That we're wanting to do something very special. But I agree with them. But if you look at where Big Bend is now compared to where it was 2 years ago, I think we've had a lot of progress. The greens are looking a lot better. We had some irrigation problems. There's flooding. We've had issues getting money from FEMA, where we had some of the collapse along the riverbank from flooding, and we've got one of the ponds that irrigates the course is in jeopardy, so we're working on that. But yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't play that much golf, and when I do, I play terrible golf. But I was out there just probably towards the end of the fall, and the course looked great to me. And I rode around with Jeff. Jeff's doing a really good job out there. So. Jeff Hutchinson.
Let me close with this. Earlier this week, we had another high water issue here in the county, and it does tend to happen. And as we say in the radio business, I was talking with Jeff Jenkins. I said, I want you to come on and talk about this. And he said, we called it the normal low-lying areas. Are we making any headway here, Commissioner? Because it does seem, and it's not, this is not unique to Kanawha County. It happens, where I'm from in southern, there's always those areas. It seems like Witcher Creek and some of those that seem to, when
Campbell's
you have that,
Creek,
when you have that much rain. Are we making any kind of progress here? I know you can't do anything about Mother Nature. I get that, but
there are some things you can do, and honestly, one of the things we've got to do is make sure we're keeping our creeks clean. It used to be we'd have tires and but we're trying to clean up those things. We're doing a lot of that. Honestly, the county-wide cleanup that we do, where we take in just tons and tons and tons of garbage and trash and stuff that otherwise would probably be in creeks. So we're trying to help to that extent. But I tell you, the people in the Upper Kanawha Valley, they've been through it. I mean, they just cannot catch a break. Mm-hmm. I swear it's terrible. And we've got FEMA up there now working because it was a disaster declaration issued, trying to get them help from last time's flood, last year. And we'll see exactly what we can do around for this time as well.
All right, Commissioner Ben Salango, it's always a pleasure to have you on the show, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thanks for having me.
20 minutes away from 10. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you in part by General Hardware and Lumber of Winfield. Come check out the new contractor showroom, lumber yard, and more. They deliver service and quality right to your door. Don't buy it till you get a quote from General Hardware and Lumber of Winfield. We got a comedy show coming here to Sumthin Good Soul Food. Commissioner, you a big comedy guy?
I am. I love it. I went to the Dave Chappelle.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to go to Kevin Hart. I hope they were able to reschedule that. No, I love it. In fact, my first date with my wife was at a comedy show.
Really?
Yeah.
Who was
over in South Charleston.
Oh, the old Comedy Zone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, at the Comedy Zone.
One of my wife's and my first date was to see Sam Kinison.
Oh, my gosh. That's classic.
That was kind of the trajectory that our relationship went off of that. But one of our first dates back, he came to Charleston in late 89, early 90. I know you were in fifth grade then. But that was one of our first dates. But I bring that up because the folks at Sumthin Good Soul Food are going to have a comedy show tomorrow night. We're going to talk to Jay Harris about that coming up here in a matter of moments. So stick around. Maybe you can throw out little one-liners as well.
I'll have to practice tonight.
Yeah, all right. All right, we'll be back right after this at the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Brought to you by the Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses. Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses live to make life better for you and your family.
Thrive with 5 at the best community bank in the Kanawha Valley, Poca Valley Bank. Poca Valley Bank is now offering a certificate of deposit special, 10-month APY, annual percentage yield 5%. Take advantage of this great rate to grow your savings. For more information, stop by a Poca Valley Bank location today or call 844-782-2651. Poca Valley Bank, where relationships matter. Certain terms and conditions apply. Rates based on minimum annual percentage yield. Subject to change without notice. Minimum deposit required of $10,000 of new money not currently on deposit with Poca Valley Bank to receive APY. Member FDIC.
I'm Chris Walters, and you know me.
Who guided the Uber bill through the Senate to combat drunk driving? Chris Walters did that. Who led some of the largest tax cuts for working West Virginians? Chris Walters did that. Do you enjoy Sunday brunch and outdoor sidewalk dining? Chris Walters did that and much more.
I'm Chris Walters, and I'm the only proven conservative Republican candidate for Kanawha County Commission, and I look forward to representing you. So vote for me, Chris Walters, for Kanawha County Commissioner, because you know me.
Paid for by Chris Walters for commission.
I'm Rocky Moselle with StarRegistry.com. Since we were children, we've been told to reach for the stars. It was great advice. Now it's a great gift. Name a star after someone. For $54 and a call to 800-282-3333 or visit StarRegistry.com, we will name a star after someone very special to you and send an incredible personalized gift. The new star name will be recorded in book form in the U.S. Copyright Office. Call the Star Registry, 800-282-3333 or visit StarRegistry.com for the hottest gift.
Eighteen minutes away from 10. Bigley, Piggly Wiggly hotline 304-345-5858. Fruit Pharmacy text 304-935-5008. You know, Special Olympics in West Virginia is an amazing thing, and in the heart of the state there exists a profound force that goes beyond the realm of sports, transcending limitations and fostering a sense of belonging. Special Olympics, it's a remarkable initiative showcasing the latest episode of West Virginia Enriched in collaboration with Huntington stands as a testament to the power of determination, unity, and unwavering support. See a video highlighting the Special Olympics at facebook.com/580 WCHS. The Dave Allen Show and 580 Live brought to you in part by your hometown baseball team, the Charleston Dirty Birds. Applications available now for the Dirty Birds Kids Club. Visit dirtybirdsbaseball.com or the Dirty Birds social media pages. Scan the QR code. Sign your kids up. Membership includes 6 vouchers, good for any Sunday game, a $50 credit toward birthdays at the ballpark, and a special giveaway coming up during the month of August for all Kids Club members. Well, something a little different. Sumthin Good Soul Food, 4837 McCorkle Avenue, Southwest and South Charleston. In addition to having great food, they're going to do a comedy show tomorrow night. Jay Harris from Sumthin Good is here now. Jay, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Dave. I want to say thank you for having me on the show.
Well, thank you for being here, and I'm sure that my man Steve Animal would love that lion's hat you got on there too.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
So we all know how great your food is, but you're going to do a little comedy. So first of all, give us it's tomorrow night.
Yes.
All right. Where do people get tickets, and who's going to be performing?
Okay, well, you can get tickets on Eventbrite, and you can also come by the restaurant. That's 4837 McCorkle Avenue. That's Sumthin Good Soul Food there in South Charleston, Spring Hill, like right in between Thomas Hospital there and I think it's King Kebab there.
Okay.
And yeah, we're right there located, Teal Blue Building there, and you can come right on in and pick up some tickets. We have 2 shows. One show that starts at 7:30, that's the early show, and we have the 9:30 show, which is the late show.
What made you decide to want to do comedy?
Well, I've always been a fan of comedy, and my wife and I, when we first got together over 25 years ago, we used to watch Comic View on BET a lot.
Yeah, I remember it well.
And we just got into comedy back then, and then from that point on, we used to go, we go travel all the time to go see different comedians everywhere. So we just thought maybe we'd try to bring that to Charleston and try to give people a little treat here in Charleston.
Well, and I was kind of worried about the weather, but it looks like that by tomorrow night everything's going to be fine. So you got a little snow overnight tonight, but they say by midday. And I got Bryan Hughes from from StormTracker 13 coming up. He's going to clear the roads for you. Everything's going to be fine. I mean, here in the valley, we're looking at maybe an inch or 2, if even that. It should be all gone by tomorrow, so no weather concerns there. So who do we have performing?
Actually, we got a BET and a Def Jam performer, Kenny Howe. He's going to be our headliner, and he's out of Chicago, Illinois, and he's been on BET and also Comic View and Def Jam. He's traveled around the country, and he's a really great comedian. He's very funny. And we also got Rich Green, call him Big Rich. He's out of Cleveland, Ohio, and he's a really funny guy, and he runs a spot there in Cleveland, Ohio called Silks, and they do a lot of comedy there at that place there in Cleveland, Ohio. And then I've got a gentleman by the name of Augie Cook, and he's a corporate comedy entertainer. And he usually, does corporate events and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But he's really, really funny also. So we've got these 3 comedians. They're coming here to Charleston just to bring some laughter and, to heal some people out here. Laughter is healing, so we want to try to heal some people out here. So Going to bring these guys out, and hopefully you're going to have a good time.
And then there's a VIP thing you can do with this. Is that right?
Yes, actually, there is a VIP, and it's a meet and greet the comedian, and also we've got some free appetizers, and you guys.
Now you're talking mine and Ryan's language when you said free appetizers.
Yes, actually, you got free appetizers for you, and you can meet and greet the comedians like 30 minutes before the show. Then you can come on downstairs and enjoy the show.
So, will you be serving other food there? I mean, is the restaurant still going to be going? So if people want to come and have dinner, they can do that?
Yes, actually, we'll be having some appetizers while the show is going on things like that. So you guys can come on in. We're going to have some great wings and also some chicken strips and some other things going on. Also some great desserts that my wife makes.
Okay.
She makes a nice banana cake, and she also has a sweet wine cake, and we're going to have a bunch of other things.
Hold up. Sweet wine cake.
Yes.
I need to hear about this.
Well, the sweet wine cake is actually my mother's recipe, and we thought we'd bring it along. It's one of my favorites, and I tell you, if you like a pound cake that's really deep with sugar and things like that and sweetness, I mean, this is the one. I mean, this is the cake for you. And also, we've got a peanut butter chocolate cake, which has...
You had me at peanut butter. You realize that,
yes.
right?
We have a peanut butter chocolate cake with crushed up Reese's pieces on the top. So you will enjoy that one, and my wife's original banana cake.
All right. It all sounds great. I know we're here to talk about the comedy show, but I wanted to give you an opportunity to talk about your restaurant. Give me the hours of your restaurant on a daily basis.
Okay. On the daily basis, we're open on Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
And we have daily specials every day. Monday, we have smothered chicken. Tuesday is meatloaf. Wednesday is Salisbury steak. Thursday is smothered pork chops over gravy. And Friday, we've got fried fish, fried catfish, and fried whiting. And we also have shrimp and grits.
Shrimp and grits is one of my favorite foods in the world, man. What's your favorite thing on the menu? I know it's all good, but what's your favorite thing on the
menu? Actually, I like the fried chicken, really. That's one of our best sellers is the fried chicken.
And how long have you been in business, sir?
Actually, we've been down there about 6 years now.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm looking forward to trying it. Matter of fact, I think I just made a lunch appointment with somebody out in the hall just now. We were talking about this. So let's go to lunch there next week. I said, I think we will. What's the biggest seller on the menu?
Actually, we have a dish called Chunky Butt.
Chunky Butt.
Yes, it's a big seller on the menu, and also our fried chicken and ribs. They're really good.
I'm gonna need to know what Chunky Butt is.
Chunky Butt. It's a pork butt that's cooked different, and it has different peppers in it, like red peppers, green peppers, yellow and orange, and they're all sweet peppers, and they're mixed in with some other spices, and it's really, really good.
Sounds great. All right, I'm gonna stop talking about food, Jay. I promise. And let's get back to the comedy show. 2 shows.
Yes.
Tomorrow night, and the best place to get tickets is just to do the Eventbrite thing. Is that right? Or?
Yes. Go to Eventbrite, or you can stop by the restaurant at 4837 McCorkle Avenue there in South Charleston.
7 to 9 p.m. And again, Kenny Howell's going to be your headliner. Big Rich Green. Right. And who was the other gentleman? There was a change in the schedule. Who's the other
yes,
gentleman?
There was a change in the schedule. His name is Augie Cook.
Augie Cook.
Yes.
All right. And I always have to ask this question about comedy shows: is it aimed more toward an adult or PG-13? Is this something that just put it out there for the folks, because we don't want people being offended or whatever. So is it something? How would you rate the show?
Well, on the back of the ticket, I'll quote my wife. She says, "Some comedy shows are clean. This ain't it."
All right. Well, but I mean, I think that's very important, because you don't want somebody to
right.
come out
Absolutely.
and bring their,
Absolutely.
All right. So it sounds perfect for me. I may have to be there.
Yeah, we all need to laugh,
Exactly. Especially in the world that we live in now. I've got the giant screen TV in here, and we're showing war, and we talk about it all the time. We all need to laugh and enjoy good food. And if there's 2 things I like to do, it's laugh and to eat.
That's
right.
You got both. And we'll take care of you.
4837 McCorkle Avenue, Southwest and South Charleston. The comedy shows, again, are tomorrow night, 7:30 and 9:30. Kenny Howell, your headliner. It's all over at Sumthin Good Soul Food. Jay, I should say, it's been a pleasure to meet you, and I'm looking forward to eating there. I'll be there next week.
Well, thank you very
definitely.
much.
Good luck with the comedy show. We'll have you on again real soon.
Thank you so much for having me.
Hang out with me just 1 second. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you in part by Brightway Insurance, the Mays agency of Tays Valley. Brightway offers up to $2 million in life insurance from all the top carriers in about 10 minutes with a 95% approval rate and no medical exam. See them for all the details. Start a quote today at brightwaymays.com. We got snow coming in, but not as much as what people are making it out to be, it looks like. Meteorologist Bryan Hughes from StormTracker 13 is on the way next on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Brought to you by the Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses. Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses want to thank you for supporting local small businesses.
Do you support Donald Trump? Dwayne Duncan, the America First Republican running for Kanawha County Commission, does. Dwayne Duncan is a conservative that will defend our values. Dwayne Duncan is 100% pro-life and a member of the NRA. Dwayne Duncan wants more jobs, safer communities, and a better future for our families. Dwayne Duncan is not a career politician and will fight for all of us. Let's vote for Republican Dwayne Duncan for Kanawha County Commission.
Paid for by Dwayne Duncan for County Commission. Tori Takubo, Treasurer.
If there's not a Par Mar store near you now, there will be soon. You hear us say that a lot, but it's true. Wherever you may go, chances are you'll find a Par Mar store there, offering everything you need to get you in and then back on the road as soon as possible. From gas to groceries and snacks and items for your house, we have it at Par Mar stores. Download the app and sign up for the Par Mar Rewards Card too. West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, Maryland, Pennsylvania, and Virginia. If there's not a Par Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
If you've been enjoying a little too much food, too many sweets, and too much liquid cheer over the holidays, then you've probably put a lot of stress on your liver. A great way to show your liver some love and to detox your system is simply adding Active Liver to your daily routine. Active Liver is an easy and effective way to keep your liver healthy and functioning properly all year long. You can find Active Liver at Amazon.com, or for a volume discount, go to NORDICUSA.com, or ask for Active Liver at your local CVS.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you part by Live Healthy West Virginia, presented by WVU Medicine. Live Healthy West Virginia tackles pressing health issues like heart disease, diabetes, Alzheimer's, and more. It's a podcast offering insights into medical breakthroughs and preventative care, featuring WVU Medicine's expert physicians aimed at fostering healthier lifestyles in and beyond West Virginia. It's a valuable resource for all. Discover the latest episodes on WVMetronews.com under the podcast menu and start your journey towards better health today. Meteorologist Bryan Hughes from StormTracker 13. Mr. Hughes, how are you?
I'm doing great today. How's your Friday?
Well, you know, I just did an entire segment talking about comedy and soul food.
And listen, I was thinking about that pork butt that he was talking about. I mean, that sounded great.
Chunky butt is what he calls it.
Yeah,
chunky butt.
Listen, I used to have that, then I blew up an appendix. I don't have the chunky butt anymore.
I was going to ask you real quick. I mean, what the heck is going on with you, man? You've had foot surgery like twice now. Then you blew out an appendix. I mean, are you okay?
3 foot surgeries. This is my 3rd. And it's the same foot, same spot, but we hopefully have it fixed this time. But yeah, I did the surgery. I had the foot surgery. 2.5 weeks later, I decided to blow the appendix out. So, you know. It is what it is.
It is what it is, but you're a trooper, man, and we watch you every morning. We watch you and your lovely dog there. And when are you going to be back in studio?
Hopefully in about a week and a half. I get to see the foot doctor again today, and we've got a little bit of work to do. But, yeah, hopefully in about a week and a half I'll be back in there and get to move it. The key is, and just to be honest here, I just can't. I can walk around on my foot in small, tight, confined spaces, but once, get out into the general public and I'm working, there's just a lot more walking. And so the doctor said, we really have to treat this time next level. And so, we're doing a real good job here.
All right, so let's talk about the snowstorm of the century. It's not even going to be the snowstorm of the winter. Is that right?
Yeah. Now, hey, listen, back in 2015 on this date, we had 5 to 12 inches of snow in the region.
Yep.
But that's not the case. We're not going to have that this time around. Listen, here's what's going to happen this evening. Once it gets about, 5, 6 o'clock, the rain's going to move in. 4, 5, 6 o'clock, rain moves in. And then by, between 7 and 8, it switches over to snow. And it's going to snow the rest of the evening. And the bulk of the snow, I mean, we're going to get a lot of big fat flakes, this evening once we get the rain passing through, and then it transitions over to the snow. But the best snow that would accumulate will happen between roughly about 9 o'clock and midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. But, the good part about it is it's a Friday evening, Friday night. While you can go out for dinner, go out and have a steak, whatever you want to do, that's fine. But you'll be able to, make it home in time just fine, and then hunker down for the rest of the evening. It'll snow. They'll be able to attack the roads with the plows properly overnight because not a lot of people out on a Friday night going into Saturday morning. A lot of people out and about on Saturday morning anyway. But the main roads will be fine Saturday morning. It's the secondary roads, your neighborhood, stuff like that. They'll be somewhat snow-covered. But, the bad thing about Saturday is it's going to be so gosh darn cold. I mean, we're going to be in the mid-30s. Wind chills are going to be well into the mid-20s. With the wind out of the west and northwest at about 5 to 15 miles per hour for the day with a couple of flurries off and on. And Sunday, really cold in the morning. We're talking 19, 20 degrees on Sunday morning, about 45 for the high. In regards to snow totals, we're looking at 1 to 3 inches all across our area here within the sound of this radio station. You get back up to Fayette, Nicholas, Raleigh, Braxton, upper parts of Clay County, 3 to 5 inches. And then up to around Richwood, Snowshoe, Elkins, Webster Springs, they're going to get 5 inches plus.
But for our area, I mean, like you said, primarily the Kanawha Valley, things should be, although it's going to be cold, there'll be some snow in the neighborhoods and things like that. By midday, early, maybe 10, 11 o'clock, maybe 12, everything should be cool. And we got a lot of activities going on in the area tomorrow night. Everything should be fine by tomorrow night, right?
Oh, yeah, everything's going to be good. This really is the perfect timing for a snow because you want one either on a late Friday evening or a Saturday night because just not a lot of people on the road, so the plows, they've got the opportunity to knock this stuff out. It's easy. But, yeah, on average, we're going to see between 1 and 3 inches of snow across the greater Kanawha Valley.
But by next week, Brian, we got about 10 or 15 seconds. We're running to let you go. But by next week, we're into the 50s, and it's all good, right?
Yeah, President's Day 50, Tuesday 55. We're at 60 on Wednesday and Thursday. We'll get another shot of colder air next Friday and Saturday.
All right, Brian. Try to be well, okay? Try to take care of yourself, all right? All right, we'll
talk.
Work
in progress here.
Talk again soon, man. Thanks a lot. Meteorologist Bryan Hughes from StormTracker 13. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you part by Bridge Valley. If you're interested in improving your company's IT workforce, you may want to know that Bridge Valley offers custom-tailored IT training to bridge the skills gap. Just contact the folks at Bridge Valley. And the Dave Allen Show is also brought to you in part by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. I got to get this in before we go. We're running out of time. Tomorrow night, there's so many things going on in the area. Steve Animal, and Shockley from 98.7 The Mountain, Wild Wonderful Classic Rock, and Rob Reel from 96.1 KWS. We're going to be hanging out at Embassy Suites tomorrow night for the Marshall Quarterback Club's annual Valentine's Dinner and Dance. Some seats are still available. I've got some information I'll have posted on my social media. You can find out more about that. So come spend Valentine's weekend with myself and Animal and Shockley and Rob Reel. That sounds like fun, does it not? Our wives, probably are not thinking it's going to be that much fun. But it is going to be a great night tomorrow night at Embassy Suites, hanging out with the herd. All right, got to go. Dave Wilson in for Hoppy on Talkline at 10:06. Ryan Nicholson, thank you so much. I will see you Monday. Till then, have fun and love somebody.
WCHS AM 96.5